Okay, you guys, so we're looking at the 4 hour time frame, and I'm looking at the pairs that I'm going to be trading for this coming week. Sorry, I'm making sure that I'm seeing everything on the camera because it's showing me a duplicate of what I'm looking at. So that's why I'm looking over there. So what we're going to do is go through the charts like we normally do and kind of find some setups and see if we like them for the week. I'm starting right off with AUD NZD. This pair has been, as you can see, up and away, and it looks like it's finally over. Oops, didn't do that. So it looks like we finally got a candle close on the daily in red, a serious candle because we had some consolidatory candles right here. Yeah, I like that word, consolidatory. I don't know if it's real or not, but you heard it from me. So therefore, we got a real candle close right there off the daily time frame. Go down to the 4 hour, and that's what it looks like. So what I'm hoping is that this thing will do some form of a full pullback. Then I'm going to wait for a sell signal, and like I always need to do, I'm doing these videos for y'all. I need to make sure to make a note to myself so that when I decide to get into the trade, I will be able to send it out to the members of our copycat group so that they can get copied on our trades and go from there. By the way, before we continue on, if you want to get copied on our trades, you just visit this website, supereasycopycat.com, and you can be able to click on the join button. And once you do, you'll be able to simply get copied on our trade. So instead of you waiting for an alert to be sent out to you in the Forex market, we'll connect our accounts to yours. And then once we do that, as soon as we take a trade, it'll copy onto your account. As soon as we close a trade, it'll close out on your end. You don't have to do anything. So again, that's supereasycopycat.com. Click on the join button, and we have several packages in there, and you choose which one you like. While we're here, let's take a look at the news, and then I'll get back to the charts so you guys can see exactly what's going on for this week. Next week is going to be a boomer, so make sure to watch my video next Sunday. We got to be careful next week. But this week, let's look. It's not that bad as far as what I've seen on my end. CAD is coming up with inflation numbers on Monday. Um, the pound is coming up with inflation numbers on Wednesday. Oh, God. It's 1 in the morning. I'm still up. Ain't that something? Let me see. The JPY, according to what I saw, is coming out with interest rates, but I forgot to see what day. Give me 1 second, see if I can pull that up. And that's going to be on Thursday. So let me type that in for you guys. Thursday. Okay, so Thursday evening is going to be when the JPY pairs is going to come out with their interest rate news. All right, so with that being said, let's get back to the charts and see what we're looking at. Okay, so now that's AUD NZD. I do like the setup, and so I'll keep my eye on that. This one here, I don't see anything worthwhile. Nothing there. Nothing there. This pair probably consolidate and push back up, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a push to the upside. I just know this pattern. A lot of people are trying to short the box, but what I'm seeing is consolidation. And when I see consolidation, it may make continuation to the upside. And it could stop right here, but it could break higher. Either way it goes, I'm not interested. I'll rather wait and see what this is really going to do. But I don't trust this. If anything, I would be a buyer of this one, not a seller of AUD CAD. Let's look at AUD JPY. Now, this is the one that was my final trade sent out to the copycat members, the ones who got copied on our trades. I sent out this trade alert and ended Friday with this trade with 38 pips in our pockets, in addition to the other 300 and something pips that me and my team closed out for our copycat members. But this specifically was one that I took and sent out to the copycat members, or better yet, they got copied on this particular trade on my account. So that was a very nice trade. But at this point, I'm waiting for it to pull back up and do something that will then shoot down. So hopefully we get a pullback and then we can revisit it, see if it's worthwhile. See all the JPY pairs fail. Okay. Also, because JPY has news this week, I'm really not fond of it. This pair right here, I don't want to touch. When you see a history of this thing just consolidating, there's absolutely no reason for you to be looking for an entry on that. EuroCAD, this one will probably pop up. What I'm seeing is a slant pattern on the 4 hour time frame. So if we get a break above this trend line, then it would look like it's a go. Other than that, I am going to wait. for a possible pullback and then the thrust to the upside. But you can see the 1 hour arrow has already come in. You see where it came in here and said sell, and it worked. So if it pops through there, boom, 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 you got it. So again, I'm looking for buy trades on EuroCAD. Okay, so I'm going to put that in my little note, Cody. ECAD. I may get in early if it pulls back too, so that's another reason why. Also, for those who's looking, also another thing that I'm noticing is it created a higher low right there. So as you can see, here was a low, it created a higher low. So if it does a pullback on this higher low, I might get in before the break. So as it's crossing to the upside, I'll hop in. So again, I'm looking for buys on that pair. So I'm looking for a retracement on this one. This one may come down and finish retesting the trend line. And for those who don't have it, the Sexy Analyst is on my website, supereasyforex.com. You can grab it. Or you can go to lovemycharts.com. It's already pre-built in with all this stuff, which is why you don't see me doing a lot of markups on my charts. I got tired of doing that, and so I built a system that just incorporated all the things you need to supply and demand zones, support and resistance levels, so forth and so forth. And it comes with 2 scanners for free when you purchase the system, so you can subscribe to it on loveyourcharts.com or supereasyforex.com. It's called the Sexy Analyst. Anyway, let's move on. Euro, USD. All right, so this thing been dropping like a rock, and so we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep my eye on it for a buy. I don't want to be a seller of this thing that's been dropping for a long time, but and I do see that it's sitting on my daily dot, the golden dot, as I call it. I'm seeing that it's sitting there and it's slowed down. I'm seeing some consolidation here. But at the same time, that does not mean, and I know this pattern, I just know this pattern, this probably may push down a little bit before it pops back up. So I'm not in a hurry to hop into this pair. I'm really just not. It may come down and break through and retest and then pop right back in. So for those who have the daily dot, this is an example of what I was trying to explain to you guys. Don't just hop in because it's touching the daily dot. Just observe. This is the best way to observe the daily level, because what it can do, as you can see what this candle did, it broke through, did a stop hunt. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see this very clearly. As you can see this little wick right here, this red wick, it respected the daily level, but it took out a lot of people's stops and pulled back up. Then the next candle came, broke through, took out some more stops, and then came right back. So I'm thinking that it possibly will be a buy trade this week. Euro, USD, EU, as I call it. Give me 1 second. So EU, I'm only looking to buy, but when is where patience come in. I don't want to just hop in because it's sitting there. Nothing there, nothing to see. Now, this one is another interesting pair. EA, I'm also looking for buy. Okay, let me mark my notes. ECAD. Okay, AN, I'm looking to sell. And if you're part of my copycat group, either me, Dr. Elvis, or Ms. Jenny, we're going to be trading these pairs. So once we take a trade, you'll go to be copied on it. So I don't have an exact entry point. I have to wait for my system to tell me when to jump in. I see the setups, but I still know just to wait. And this is also for those who do have my Simplicity scanner. This is another one of the things that I do with my scanner. Beside my own personal assessment, regardless if the scanner sends me alerts or not, I still like to look and do my own assessment. But what I do is I don't always have to have the scanner scanning all the pairs. I can do my analysis on the weekend before the market opens and say, okay, which ones do I need to put on my watch list? Once I have them on my watch list, then I will add them into my scanner, whether the 5-minute or the 15-minute or the 30-minute, whatever one I think will fit best without getting tricked out by the markets. And once I set that time, then, okay, the alerts are going to come out. And that's also on supereasyforex.com. All right, now let's keep going. This one, nothing to see here, nothing to see here, nothing to see here, nothing to see here except for pullbacks. I'm looking for pullbacks again. This thing is creating a hard slant pattern. I've been teaching guys about slant patterns for the longest. Slant down, it pops up. Consolidation, slant pound, pops up. Slants down, what's going to be an organic natural step. It has always done. Even back here, you can see it went up, slant pattern. What happened next? Popped up. slant, pop up, slant, pop up, slant. So we just got to wait for a pop up. Okay. So that's what I'm waiting on for that pair. Okay. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Nothing there. Okay. Nothing there. And again, guys, keep in mind that this is just my personal analysis. You got to do your own homework. And the other problem is we're doing this on the weekend before the markets open. The markets sometimes do a gap move, so sometimes it invalidates these things so that they look good over the weekend because it's where the market stopped. But when the markets reopen, it could have gapped up, and then therefore, okay, we got to start from scratch. So just always do your own analysis. This is more of a guidance, kind of be on the lookout kind of thing. It's not meant for you to actually say, as soon as the market open, I'm going to take these trades. Okay. All right. So on this one, I don't see anything worthwhile. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Nope, I don't trust this. I believe, and I'm seeing consolidation. I've just been in this for so long. I know. Okay, so it can go one in two ways. Okay, it can break down from here, but it can also do this. And let me show you guys what I'm looking at. It can also retest this level up here. And let me change the color of that box. Okay, to a different color. Rectangle property, go up here, and let's just change this to a green box, okay? All right, so this here is where consolidation is happening. I personally think that this thing can do a breakthrough and come back up and retest this level up here, minimum. It could do the gap, weekend gap, and hop on up there right away. Either way it goes, I see everything that's going on, but I just been trading for so long. I know exactly what this pattern looks like, and chances are it did sell off in this area, but it's consolidating. For me, I'm personally going to look for buy trades on USD CAD. Okay, and again, this is where experience kind of supersedes systems. You know, a lot of you guys. It's good to have a system, and this is why you can never win 100% of the time, because it's just sometimes you can have everything correct, but there's still going to be a problem. Okay, because especially on Sundays and Mondays, I've been teaching you guys this for the longest. On Sundays and Mondays, the market likes to continue the trend it was already in. Write that in your notes. The market likes to continue in the trend it was already in. This is why some of you guys, you start taking these reversal trades, which is very, very difficult strategy. I've been trying to do that for years. And overall, the king of the map is always going to be the trend. So if the trend is pushing higher, Sundays and Mondays is your absolute best opportunity to stick with the trend. So in this situation, I'm not going to use this system. This is where I switch over to who? The ocean wave. Now, if I go to the ocean wave and it looks like, okay, all price action is above the neutral zone on the 4 hour, I can scoot down to the 30 and see what it says. And as you can see, let me kind of make this smaller, okay? Because that's what I do. I scrunch it up and look at where that buy trade came in. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. So bottom line is from here to here, you already would have been up 194 pips. So again, this thing doesn't look like it's in a situation where it wants to stop at this point. So for me personally, I'm only going to look for buys on this one until something different happens. Make sense? So this is why I switched and started building out the ocean wave system, because it's more of a trend trading system. And once I start seeing certain patterns that look like it has the ability to continue, I want to go to the ocean wave and see what it says, whether the trend is going to be broken or not. And you can clearly see my MAC says it's going, my ocean wave is still saying it's going, the weekly and the monthly is still saying it's going, the shorter time frames are still saying it's going up. So I'm not going to fight that trend. I'm going to stay right where I was, okay, with my opinion, which is Uncle P is not going to fool with thee, okay? I know you tried to do this little resistance pullback, but the problem is you had a candle close up here and then it drop back down. So it can technically drop. So that's the point. I don't know exactly what it's going to do. So what do? I stay away from it. I'm not going to mark it up. I'm not worried about it. But sneaky peeky, freaky deaky, what will it typically do? You see this? Consolidation, continuation, and it could hit any of these levels up here if it breaks through this resistance level. This is a strong retested once, twice, and three times. It tried to retest it and got resistance, so it could drop and bring in some good pips. So this is a decision level right here. Which one? I don't know what it's going to do. So in that case, I'm not going to do anything. Okay. All right. So moving on. So USD JPY, again, this was a JPY pair. It did drop very nicely. Let's go to the 15 minute, see if it was dependable. Okay, and let's see. Yep, right there. See that arrow came in, told you to sell, probably on that candle. Okay, you got a little drawdown, and then all of a sudden we had to collapse. And that was for 67 pips. Okay, so trust the system, man. Trust it. It's not 100%, no system is, but doggone, bro. You know what I mean? That was pretty nice trade. All right, so anyway, that's that. And let's look at gold. Gold, I've really never been a fan of it. It's too choppy for me, but it is what it is. So looking at what I'm looking at, to be honest with you guys, again, I'm seeing the same thing. I too believe that gold is going to be heading up further. Okay, because I'm seeing this crazy looking consolidation pattern right here. And consolidation has always, in my book, consolidation equals what? Continuation. Okay, so where is it going to continue? Continue right where it was before. It's hitting a strong resistance level. So therefore, what it's looking like it's doing is struggling to try to break through this strong daily level right here. 46.29. Okay, 46. Can you believe that gold is at $4,600? Wow, can you imagine that? So it's still trying to push to the upside. You can see that this is a consistent upward trend. Again, if the trend is my friend, what am I going to do? I'm going to switch over to Ocean Wave and look at what Ocean Wave is saying. Wow, it told you all the way back on January 8th. No, I'm sorry, on August. If you was on the 4-hour time frame using my Ocean Wave system, since August of last year, it told you to stay in the buy. And look at here, from the time it told you that signal on the 4-hour time frame, Ocean Wave, that would have been 12,000, almost 13,000 pips, basically. Almost 13,000 pips, because it told you to stay in there, and it's still not done. So if I go to the 15-minute, kind of in the neutral, 30-minute, there's that arrow. 30-minute is telling you it's still going to push. So me personally, I'm just looking for buys. I don't care what nobody say. I'm looking for buys. Okay, I am looking to be a buyer of gold. I don't care about all that stopping at that level. I think it's consolidating because it needs a lot more buyers to come in and really give a push against the bears who's trying to sell it off. But looking at that natural pattern and having traded for so long, I'm looking to be a buyer. Okay. All right, you guys. As far as these, we do trade these on the Forex market. So that's part of our copycat service. And so if you want to be copied on our trades on the indices, this is where I'm saying is different from the futures market. If you want to be copied on the indices, that's also part of our copycat service that we offer. So we offer different packages, as I mentioned before. So this is where you go here, and when you click on join, it's going to take you to the sales page, the subscription page, and you can select and pick and choose. You can do a la carte, or you can do a combo package if you want gold, Forex, and silver, which, by the way, I forgot to show you guys this. This is crazy. Man, they just, Dr. Paisley is going crazy. Dr. Paisley is going crazy. And let's show you the full total. Okay, here we are, 111 wins, only 11 losses, which means if we subtract that, 100 wins. Last week he had a 100% win rate, no losses, and look at the amount of pips, 15,347 of these. So again, that's part of the copycat package if you want to get copied on those trades. And before anybody tries to say, oh, that's some bull crap, blah, 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 shut up. because I do provide screenshots of profits throughout the week as proof so that nobody can say that it's fake. Plus, number two, at the time of this recording, it is January 18th, 2026, and it is 1:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means my butt should have been in the bed laying next to Nancy, but I'm up still working to help you guys out. So respect the work, okay? If you want to, just go back to your own charts. You see the date of the video. Okay, let's go back and you go in here and you do your own due diligence and check the charts to verify price action, whether we were telling the truth or not. You can go back and back test it. Do not be lazy and want to be one of these whiny babies, want to always call somebody a scam because you're too lazy to do the work. Go and do the work. Okay, all right, last but not least, before we go, one last thing, okay, on a positive note. If you want to be now, last week, as far as I shouldn't have took my screenshot down. Already cleared it for the trading week coming up. So for those who want to be, you see me posting about the trades that I'm personally taking and sending out to my personal Telegram group. That's part of our Futrix service, which is right here, FUTTRIX.com. I know we got several different services. That's because we have people from all over the globe who is part of our service, and they have different needs and wants. Okay, some people love the Forex market, some like the oil and silver, some like the gold market, some like the indices market. So we have different packages for that. Okay. And then you have other traders who trade the futures market. So that's why we started that service. And we have two different things for you for that. So if you want to know why you got so many different things, because we have global traders and all of them have different needs. That's why we have trading systems as well. Because some people, they just want to trade on their own, but they need a good trading system. So that's why I built that. Okay. Now let's move to the final thing. Final thing is this. This is Futrix, FUTTRIX.com, FUTTRIX, Futrix. So Futrix is for the futures traders. We have two different ways you can go about it if you want to be a part of our service. If you want to join us, basically the Asian session is where we actually used to meet during the Asian session. But it was inconvenient for so many people, so they decided and voted and said, yes, we prefer if you just send us out the alerts when you take trades. The beautiful part about that is freed me up so that if there's good trades during the Asian session, I'll send them out to the group. But if I find later on towards the end of the Asian session or during the New York session, I can tell them, hey, I'm finna take this trade. Here's where I'm going to put my buy limit, and here's where I'm going to put my buy stop. Buy limit and buy stop is the exact same thing as a stop loss and a take profit. So when you see limit, whether it's sell limit or buy limit, that's just take profit. When you see buy or sell stop, that's the same thing as a stop loss. Okay, same thing, just different terminology. Okay, they caught me up for a long time for nothing. It was the same. It's the same thing. So I do tell you, hey, here's where I'm entering, but at the same time, here's my stop loss and take profit. And then as the trade is progressing, quite often I would take screenshots of my own and send it into the group and say, hey guys, I suggest you take profit here. Since you're trading your own account, I can't tell you when to close the trade. Oftentimes I don't hold my trades long because it can be going beautifully in profit, chuck, and then all of a sudden the market just whips all real quick. So therefore I let people know, hey man, I suggest you take profits, and that's how we do it like that. Now, you're free to keep it and hold it up to TP, which quite often it does hit TP. But me personally, I've just been sketchy of the market, so I'm always just taking my profits. But I'll let you know what I'm doing. I always keep in good communication with my group all throughout the process of the trade so that you know exactly what's on my mind. Hey, I'm moving my stop loss to break even, or I'm just going to take my money and run, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the other beautiful thing. With prop firms don't allow you to make over a certain amount of money per day. They have what's called a consistency rule. And with the consistency rules, like some of them, they have like a 20% consistency rule. So let me take you to this calky-dowky for those who respectfully stay to the end of this video. I know I'm 23 minutes in. Give me like 3 or 4 more minutes and I'll wrap it up. But long story short, if you want my personal trade alerts, go sign up for on the Asian session. If you want to trade live in a live environment and just be in the know and right there in the moment with an instructor trading, then you want to join the New York session with Miss Jenny. Excellent trader. She dominates the markets. So you want to sign up for the New York session so you can be trading live. So if you want my alerts, Asian session. If you want to be live, New York. Okay, now, by the way, you do get a free indicator. We do give those to those members. And as long as you're a member of the group, you have access to that indicator. Okay, and I won't say what it is. It's a special breakout indicator. All right, with targets, with take profit targets and everything pre-built in. All right, so let's go through this. So for an example, if I'm dealing with, a take profit trader, for an example, and they have during your, what they call it, your test period. Okay, while you're in your test period, and they say, hey, you want to show a 20% consistency rule. Here's what I learned, because I kept on making profits, making huge profits, and was never getting payouts with certain firms. So they said, hey, the problem is, man, you're making way too much money on the day, and we don't want home runs. We want base hits so that you can show you can be a consistent trader, because a lot of traders come in and they try to hit a lick one time and then call themselves a trader and want to come in on and start trading their money. And that's the reason why they're saying, hey, some of these firms, some of them don't care. So it's up to you. Find the best one to fit you. Someone says, no, man, we want you to stay steady in the storm. Don't lose too much a day, but don't make this much, because we just want you to be a steady trader to show you can be consistent over time. So they're going to have what's called a consistency rule. So what is the consistency rule? If they say they want your consistency is 30% of your overall profits, or your profit target. So for an example, if you have a 50K account with a $3,000 profit margin that you have to make, $3,000. So here's how you calculate it. You take 20%, whatever that percentage is. So if they say it's 20% consistency, 0.20. That's what you do. Convert that 20% to a 0.20 to 0.20, and then times it by whatever the profit target is, $3,000, and then hit equal. And there you go. So every day you can make around $600 a day if it's 20%. Okay. That's your target, just to make $600 a day. Okay. Which means in order for you to, if you make $600 a day, how many days will it take you to hit your target? 600 divided by 3,000 equals, 3,000 divided by 6 is five days, basically 5 days. Okay, so 600, let's do it like this. 600 times 5 days equals 3,000. So basically they want to see that you can be consistent for 5 days making profits, and then you go into profit target and flip your account. Now, if they say it's 30%, okay, so 0.30, 30%, 0.30. That's all you got to do. And times it by your profit target. And now you can make $900 a day. What's 900 times 5? 4,500, which means basically within 4 days, you should be in a funded account, something like that. So you guys get it. I like the ones that have a 50% profit target. Okay, so 50% times 3,000. That means I can make up to $1,500 a day. Okay, $1,500 a day. So for an example, I'm in a prop firm account. Oh, I gotta hurry up and do this closing video. I always try to keep my videos with these weekend reviews and everything to 30 minutes or less. Okay, so let me hurry up. So I'm doing one account at the lowest, because I'm like, wait a minute, let me just see if this makes complete sense to me. Okay, so I'm doing a 25K account, right? And they have a drawdown limit of $1,200. I'm sorry, 1,500 drawdown limit, and they also have a take profit, a total profit percentage of 1,500 to pass the challenge. So 1,500 drawdown and 1,500. I say, okay, 1,550. I can do that. That's even simpler. I ain't got to do like my 200K accounts. Or 200K accounts, they got a $20,000 mark or something like that. So it'll take a little longer. But this one, 1,200 for 1,200. Okay, so I'm paying a low pre, and basically I'm playing with $1,200. I know they say it's $25,000 account. I never look at that. I say, what's the drawdown limit, and that is my amount. So for $1,200, so that's what I can play with before I lose the account. So what I do is they have a 20% consistency rate. Times, what's the limit? 1,200. I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's 1,500. So 20% times 1,500. That equals 300. You see what I'm saying? Now, I think they were at 50%. So they were at 50, so 0.50 times what? 1,500. And that was it. That was the correct number. It was at 50%. And let's take Profit Trader. We're 50% consistency, which I like. 50% give me plenty enough room. So that's the reason why on that video on Friday where I told you guys I made around 600 or something, almost $700. I could have made more, but I had stopped it because I don't want to go past the consistency. So because I'm just only need about 2 or 3 days to pass it. So I did 700 on that day. And then this week, as long as I make another 750 or just say $800, okay, if I make $800 this week worth of trades, then that means what? That means that I passed the prop firm challenge, and therefore I can move it into a funded account. You see how simple it is? So that's how you do the numbers. Whatever the percentage is, just convert it into a 0.50, 0.20, 0.30, and then times it by the top profit target, whatever that is, and that'll give you your number. Okay. All right, you guys, this was a long video. I'm going to sleep. It is now 15 minutes to 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm way overdue for sleep. Peace and hair.